Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee, to encourage you as you face the opportunities and challenges of today.
And he himself gave some to be apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers, for the equipping of the saints for the work of ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ, till we all come to the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, to a perfect man, to the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ, that we should no longer be children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the trickery of men in the cunning craftiness of deceitful plotting, but speaking the truth in love, may grow up in all things into him who is the head, Christ. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 11 through 15. If ever we see a man who is on the wrong way, if ever we see a man who is making a mess of things, if ever we see a man who is clearly going to shipwreck his own life and damage the lives of others or break the hearts of others, it is a terrible mistake to do nothing about it. It is a duty to speak. First, we must speak in time. There comes a time when it is too late to speak, and the damage is done. Prevention is always better than cure. I think it was Fosdick who said that it was always a better plan to build a fence at a dangerous bend with a steep drop than to keep an ambulance waiting at the bottom of the drop to pick up the bodies after the crash. Second, we must speak at the right time. A word spoken at the wrong time can do very much more harm than good. We must have the wisdom to choose our time, and any word of warning must always be spoken in private and never flung out in public when it can produce nothing but resentment. Finally, we must speak in the right way. Certainly we must speak the truth, but equally certainly we must speak the truth in love, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 15. Whenever the truth is spoken in such a way as to hurt and wound, whenever the main accent of the voice is criticism, whenever we seem to speak down to the other person, then warning and rebuke and advice are bound to fail. The kinder the warning, the more effective it will be. What about you today? Are you willing to speak up when problems need to be confronted and challenged? The duty of being our brother's keeper is laid upon us, Genesis chapter 4, verse 9, and that means that we can never allow any man to ruin his own life or to hurt others without speaking the word of warning that we are able to speak. At such a time, speech, not silence, is golden. This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there. Have a blessed day.